umbrella. G's up, G's up. Whole nother level of shit you can't even understand.
What is good, my people? We are live, back again with another episode of The Forecast. My brothers and my sisters, we have got to stop begging these people for fair treatment, begging them to treat us right, begging them for civil rights, just begging them to stop killing us. That ain't going nowhere. We have got to stop complaining about the system that we're living in, because obviously it was designed to be this way. We have got to get this straight. We can never achieve power or be equal to somebody who you're asking them to be fair to you. They cannot give you power and you're equal to them, because at any time they can take it away. We have to empower ourselves. And if all of these years have not been evidence enough of us needing to come together under the banner of black, as they have come under the banner of white, to defend ourselves, we'll continue to be in the same situation. And the problem is, none of us are safe. It ain't just black men who are getting attacked. It is women, it is children, it is all of us. Just think about the whole a black person fitting the description. How many black people have been locked up or murdered because they fit this vague ass description? What is the description they're talking about? Black male, 4'11" to 7'2", 120 pounds to 450. Black male with a white t-shirt. What is this description that we all seem to fit? Now, I want you to see this video of these cops in Michigan, and they ran up on these little kids, 12-year-olds, after they finished playing basketball because they fit the description. Right? This could be any one of us. This could be any one of our children. They wasn't doing anything wrong, but they fit this vague ass description that seems to fit us all.
Guys, get on the ground. Keep your hands out. Hey, come over here. Keep your hands where I can see them and get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. 1961, I got him at gunpoint. They're being compliant. Just keep your hands out, okay? Okay. Ma'am, can you go back in your house for me? Ma'am, go back in your house. Go back in your house now. We'll give you directions, okay? Just follow our directions and we'll be alright, okay? How do you want to do this, Troy? Want to just approach?
We have 4 here, all compliant. We're facing south. Everybody can come from north and south. One more for hands free, though. Roll 25, corner.
Okay, just calm down, calm down. Calm down, okay? We'll be alright.
Keep your hands up right there, alright?
Right back to me.
Just keep on coming back, man.
Hands on your head now. Keep looking forward. Come here. Right back to me.
He just happens to be possibly in the wrong place at the wrong time, matching the clothing these kids have. Okay? Like you said, your son is fine. He's 110% fine.
1761, send me the college call on
I'm sorry, I don't mean
side.
no disrespect, but y'all gotta understand.
I understand, but you have
That's
to
my
understand.
baby right there.
Listen, you have to understand our position as well. We have to
Yeah,
investigate.
but when a mother come and just say, show me, just show me.
But the way you were acting, I couldn't.
I
just bring
can't
you
help
over.
it. That's my
Okay,
baby.
I understand. I'm a parent as
I
well.
we don't deal with police. I don't never even have no charges. We don't do this. All the stuff that goes on in this world, I worry about my kids every day. That's why I don't let them go nowhere.
So he's not in trouble at all or anything?
Do you know how scary this is?
I know.
Don't ever do this. Don't ever do this. That's why I don't never let y'all go nowhere.
I didn't do nothing.
You don't understand the way I feel right now. It don't even matter whether you did or you didn't. You don't understand the way I feel right now.
We're just doing our job because a lot of people out here have guns. We're not saying that your kids had guns or anything like that, but we're just doing our job, okay? Officer Colgrove.
You saying you're not saying they had guns, but y'all pulled your guns.
I know, because we don't know that. We do not know that.
Exactly. Y'all didn't. They didn't have. Y'all didn't see a gun, but y'all put guns on my kids.
Would you understand that where we're coming from, matching description, we're not just going to walk up to somebody, hey, do you have a gun on you? You know, we're just taking every precautions. No one got hurt in this. Everyone's been cooperative with us, okay? Okay.
I mean,
it's not like we're out here like,
just like y'all understand.
But we're not out here like we're
outside too.
Okay,
my
but
kids go to the Croc to play basketball.
I
That's
know,
it.
and they
Plain and simple.
Wrong place at the wrong time, obviously, for these kids. Okay.
Right place at the wrong time.
I understand, but there was a big
They
fight
were at
over
the right
there.
place.
I know they were there when the fight was going on. They said.
All right, so here you have these young little kids, 12 years old, just coming back from playing basketball, like many young black kids do, young black boys. And the police pulls up on them for no reason. And these are the same people who you blaming them for having the bad interaction with the cops, you know. Not the cop who get out and start shooting at Tamir Rice and goddamn less than to say, might as well have kept driving. Might as well have been a drive-by. But in this situation, these little kids see all of this stuff going on, and they're on the ground crying. Little kid talking about, I got a game tomorrow, I don't want to die. Right? And the cop talking about it's going to be all right with the gun pointed on them for like over 2 minutes. Treating them like they grown-ass men. All because they fit this quote-unquote description. And the cop talking about, well, you know, you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Where America, after fucking the late 1600s, and they give you these cases, they give you the same circumstances day after day. They don't even follow their same logic. They don't even follow their own laws. And then they sit here and expect us to follow these laws. They do whatever they want now. They are out here pulling up on our little kids. And it's so bad that his mom is blaming him for doing something wrong. All he did was go play basketball with his friends at the park. And she talking about, that's why I don't let you go nowhere. That's how psychologically damaged we are behind this shit. You know, at some point, we are going to have to recognize the same old pattern and start looking out for self. Doing for ourselves and getting on the same page so we can say, hey, you're not going to sit here and victimize our children and get away with it. You're not going to sit up here and murder our women and get away with it. You're not going to murder black men and get away with it. But as long as we sitting here arguing with each other, they can get away with it. Easy enough. But all we sitting here doing is just talking about the system of white dominance. Right? How about we start creating our own systems? Because if you want to, quote unquote, integrate in this system, if you get over racism, it's going to take another 200 some years. If you can even mentally heal. There is a reason why our school systems the way that they are. And our neighborhoods the way that they are. Our children, are especially young boys, are set up to go straight to prison. And, you know, the reason why is all of our problems is because I have fit the description a number of times. I haven't done anything. I haven't committed any crimes. And after they had me on the sidewalk for 20 some minutes in handcuffs, they come back and say, "Oh well, you're free to go." I know I'm fucking free to go. I didn't do shit, but I fit this vague ass description. And people say we have come a long way in this country, and the truth is we have. And to say that we haven't would be disrespectful to our ancestors and the work that they put in. But when you're talking about the court system, it is no different from 1917 and 2017. Back then, they used to give black people crazy amounts of time for stealing a pig or something to feed their family. But a white man catching them, hanging them, and torturing them and all that, putting it on postcards, is just fine. Today, we look at our justice system. A black man smoking a blunt is worse than a white man raping his own daughter. You would get more time than a white kid raping a 1-year-old baby. And it's always been the police job to keep minorities, quote unquote, in their place. That's always been the point of the police. And even down to the day, because people love to say, well, that's history. That's history. Well, just go read the 13th Amendment. It says that servitude, involuntary, or whatever is forbidden in the United States, except if punishable by crime. Meaning, if you found guilty of a crime, you are subject to be a slave. And the point is, our ancestors, when they were so-called emancipated from slavery, they wanted three things. They wanted the right to vote, which they did get. They did get the right to vote, even though it took another 100 years to actually back that law in the civil rights movement in 1965. But on the books, they got the ability to vote. They wanted land, which they did get land, but then they took the land right back from them and gave it to white people, which grew the white middle class because they gave them all kind of funding and subsidies, or what we would call today welfare. And they wanted fairness in the court system. And we are still having that battle to this day. And apparently, a jury of our peers, no matter what city we live in, is all white jury, or 11 white jurors and 1 black, or 10 white jurors and 1 and 2 black. Those are the juries of our peers. And we're sitting here wondering why we keep getting the same results, why the same shit keep happening. Because they wanted to. That is the purpose. That is how they can stay in control. Because if we ever realize that if we got on the same page, we ain't no goddamn minority worldwide. We're letting ourselves be divided and conquered. They're breaking us all up into smaller groups than themselves and taking our land and our resources and the people and the resources that they provide. So, I mean, if we're going to keep letting our children be victims to this, I mean, what can I say? At some point, we have to stop talking about it and build our own economies, our own schools, our own everything. Most of all, protect that shit. Because that's been the downfall. We've built our own economies. We've had the strongest families. We were doing great in those areas, and it was still poverty. All the ills that people say affect the black community, we had those areas on lock. But they still dealt with racism. They still dealt with the same murdering people. They still dealt with unfairness in the justice system and mass incarceration. And they didn't protect themselves when those people came in and burnt their shit to the ground. At some point, we're going to have to protect what we build. That's been our downfall. Just a lack of protection. So, we got to do what we got to do, or keep going through the same consequences. Keep doing the same thing over and over. It's whatever y'all want to do. All right, so I want to hear what you got to say.
the kid reaching, pulling. Take your time.
Tonight, for the first time, we hear firsthand accounts of the shooting that left Tamir Rice dead, straight from the officers involved. Those recorded statements taken just days after the incident and now released 2.5 years later.
Tamir's mother telling News 5 she saw the videos for the first time last night. News 5's Mona Kozar-Abdi spoke exclusively with Tamir's mother. And Mona, she says she saw the video for the first time last night.
Danita, besides written statements, Tamir Rice tells me that she's never heard directly from the two officers involved about what happened here on November of 2014. But she says all the pain of the last 2.5 years resurfaced when she heard the officers answer the question, what were her son's last words? An emotional account.
I didn't know it was a kid.
In this newly released interview, Officer Frank Garnback details witnessing 12-year-old Tamir Rice taking his last breaths.
Yeah, I can see this kid's eyes rolling in the back of his head. He's barely breathing.
Now, 2.5 years later, Samaria Rice also seeing this video for the first time.
He seemed like he was shooken up because it was a kid. You ought to be.
The video, far from the closure Samaria Rice has been seeking.
I don't care nothing about your tears because I'm going to be crying for the next 100 years.
Minutes before they arrived, Garnback recalls getting the call from dispatch about an armed black male at the Cadell Rec Center, walking his trainee officer Timothy Lohman through possible scenarios.
He starts going out. Well, I'd get out of the car. I'd be in a certain stance, and I stopped him at that point. I said, "This is a gun run. Be prepared for the worst case scenario."
In a separate video, Lohman recounts a similar conversation.
We're going to be very cautious.
His tone more textbook when describing the moment he fired the fatal shot.
The subject, had the gun like so, in like the abdomen area, almost raised, and I fired 2 shots, and then I attempted to take cover. And
however, Samaria says it wasn't the details of the shooting that will stay with her, but rather when officers explained Tamir didn't have any last words. He just moaned.
It crushed me to hear that officer say that my son moaned. I'm sure that he was trying to ask for help.
And Samaria says there are several inconsistencies between the written statements that those officers gave and also their video statement. And she says that she continues to push for those 2 officers to be released from the force.
People nervous.
All right, doing what?
We were walking by.
Okay.
Radio 12's out with that subject just south of Michigan.
Walking by and doing what?
Well, you were making people nervous.
By walking by?
Yeah, they said you had your hands in your pockets.
Wow, walking by having your hands in your pockets makes people nervous to call the police when it's snowing outside?
They did.
Okay.
So are you okay?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good.
All right.
What are you up to today?
Walking with my hands in my pockets, walking.
Is that an inconvenience to talk to me right now?
Hell yeah, just because of the whole police situation going across the country, this is outrageous that you would let somebody tell you, oh, there's somebody walking down the street with their hands in their pockets. There's 10,000 people in Pontiac right now with their hands in their pockets, so how many?
You're right, but we do have a lot of robberies, so I'm just checking on you. You say
wow.
You're fine? You're good.
That's fine. I mean, I just made sure I had to get this on camera and make sure there wasn't, yeah, for sure. And I mean, for my safety and yours. I mean, I'm being very respectable. You're being very respectable. Just the whole situation. I don't allow I'm really mad at the situation of whoever called. That's crazy.
I'm waiting on my shuttle to come pick me up. I've already called my job and asked them to come get me. I have money in my pocket. I don't need to ask anybody for anything.
Okay. Were you over there or no?
Over where? I've been sitting out. You can go ask the guy that's in there. I've been sitting out here ever since.
So you weren't sitting at Walgreens?
Sitting at Walgreens doing what?
Were you at Walgreens?
No, I wasn't.
You were never
so no,
over
you can get back in your car and leave. No, I wasn't.
Let me see your ID real quick.
For what?
Because you were being lawfully detained currently. So I can
for what? What am I being lawfully detained for? Have I committed a crime?
So you've been asked to identify yourself because...
Why? Is this a show state? Do I have to show my ID in this state? I'm not operating a motor vehicle, so why do I have to show my ID?
First of all, I'm going to fix you out your ticket for smoking within 50 feet of this building. You understand? It's too late for that now.
Well, write me a ticket then. Write me a ticket. So you looking for something to arrest me for?
Let me see your ID, and we'll go
So
from
this
there.
is harassment because you're harassing me. You're harassing me. You asked me a question, I'm giving you an answer.
Say it again.
You asked me a question, so I'm giving you an answer. What's your name, officer?
Officer Scott.
Officer Scott. So why are you asking me? I told you asked me if I was over there. I told you no. So that's the end of the conversation.
Okay. No, it's not.
Okay, well go in there and ask the guy that works in there how long I've been sitting in front of this store.
When did you get here? How long have you been here?
Where's my receipt? Is it okay if I reach for my stuff? Okay. Make sure I got this on video so that she can know how long I've actually been sitting out here. I went and got my prescription from out of here. This is where I've been at, and I've been waiting on my job. Would you like to see my call log?
No,
so
I'd
you
like
can
to
see that I called?
Let me see this. What time did you get here?
I don't know. You can ask the people that's been in there. Let me see if I can find my receipt so that you can stop harassing me for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not harassing you, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
you
doing my
are
job.
harassing me. You asked me a question, I gave you an answer, so that should have been the end of the conversation.
Okay, well, you're smoking within 50 feet of the building,
Okay,
which is city
50,
ordinance.
because you're being pressed because I got smart with you and you're upset.
Okay, well, why don't you just cooperate? Let me see your ID and I'll get out
Because
of here.
I don't have to show you my ID because this is not a no-show ID state.
It doesn't matter. When you're committing a criminal
It's
offense.
a no-show
Listen to
ID
me.
state.
When you're committing a criminal offense and smoking
That's
within
not
50
what
feet of
you
the building.
originally stopped me for. You
Doesn't
stopped me
matter.
because you asked me about a harassment. This is what time I got here. Look at the receipt.
Let's see.
So now you're just harassing me for no reason.
So you've been sitting here
because
since
you asked me
5:39.
about Walgreens. I never even been over there. What did they tell you? Yes.
Just cooperate. I promise
Yes.
you, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not even trying to write you a ticket.
I'm
All I
frustrated
wanna
because
do-
I've been sitting out here 2 hours waiting on my job to send a shuttle out here for me. I'm tired. I just got in an accident with my 18-wheeler
Does your
that
job
flipped
keep you
over.
over down off the hotel?
Stevens
military?
Transport. Steve,
Do they
yes,
keep you in the
yes,
hotel
that's where they
There
keep
you
me
go.
at.
All right. I'm not trying to jam you up, dude. All I'm trying to do is
Well,
do my
I
job.
feel harassed and I'm tired.
Okay.
And I've been sitting out here for 2 hours, sitting here waiting.
Okay. Well, you know.
Okay,
it's
well,
just
I haven't been over there at Walgreens. Do I look like somebody that needs money?
You fit the perfect description of what they
A
told us.
black male with dreads?
That's correct. With the dark colored
Exactly,
jacket.
exactly. A black male with dreads.
That's correct.
That's the description of every criminal,
what they
isn't
told
it?
me.
That's the description
That's
of every
what they told
criminal,
me. That's
isn't
what
it?
the clerk over there at CVS told us.
It's bullshit.
Well, it may be, but that's
It's
all
a
I have.
bunch of bullshit, and then that's not enough to come over here and harass me about bullshit.
That's plenty for me to come over here and talk to you.
That's bullshit, man. You know how many times I get stopped for being a black male with dreads? Y'all just fucking
I
cut
have
my
no
hair
idea.
off all the fucking time,
Well,
and
that's
that's
not my
racist
problem.
as
I've
shit.
never talked to you before,
That's
have I?
racist as
Have I
shit.
ever spoken to you?
Every fucking cop that stops me is white and looks just like you, so probably
Have I ever
so.
spoken to you before?
Probably so.
Roll down all the windows. What the fuck is this crazy shit about, man? What is this about, man?
Hey, here's the deal, man. We had a shots fired call. The description, vehicle matching your description earlier today at 14th and Gaines. Okay?
Earlier
That's
today?
Why yep, like
What time
like
is it now?
literally a couple hours ago.
What time is it now?
And this has been going on for back and forth for 3 days.
Got nothing to do with me,
Okay.
man.
Well, that's the whole thing. Cause I'm explaining to you why you're being stopped. Okay. So that you asked me what's about. That's what it's about. Okay. But the thing is we couldn't see your right front tire. Okay.
Whoa.
No, hang on. Listen, please. Okay. The right front tire had like a black rim on it. Okay. And now we realize that it's not. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you guys for your ID, and we'll get you on your way.
So this is an unwarranted stop from the beginning. Hold on. Before you get my ID, this is an unwarranted stop, right?
It is. We have a reasonable suspicion.
No, it's
because
not.
You're in a high crime area where we've had at
I don't
least
care. Now,
three
okay, but
shootings.
look. Now that you see that we're not who you're looking for, my ID isn't even called for.
But I still made contact with you.
But I'm just saying.
And I'm still required to identify you and make sure that.
Okay, you could have ran my plate for
From an
that.
investigation.
But you could have ran my plate for that.
But I don't know that you're the registered owner.
But before you pulled me over, you could have ran my plate for that.
Okay, but the thing is that's why we're asking for IDs because I don't know that you're the registered owner.
I'm
Can you have it
Spencer
pulled out there?
Holiday.
Can you pull it out there for me if you would, please? Thank you. Do you have anybody else with you in the back here? No. Schroeder, you got his?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Perfect. Hang tight for me, Mr. Holiday. Okay, we'll be right back with you.
I don't know how many fucking cops we got here.
All right, Mr. Holiday. Both of those back to you. Okay. I appreciate your time and your cooperation. Okay. Have a good night. Drive safely.
Fucking faggot. As y'all can see, once again, faggot ass police officers. Once again, now this is like my fourth time being stopped, man, in the last fucking 3 weeks.
Comedian Chris
Chris Rock takes a selfie as he's pulled over by cops for the third time in 2 months. He posted the photo on Twitter with the message, "Stopped by the cops again, wish me luck." The first time was on February 13th. He took this selfie, and you can see a police patrol car behind him. "Just got pulled over by the cops, wish me luck," the 50-year-old comedian posted. It happened again February 27th. He took this selfie in the passenger seat and tweeted, "I'm not even driving, stopped by the cops again." Then, yet again, the latest pullover on March 30th. Chris Rock does not say where he was pulled over or why, but his postings online come in a time when police departments across America are coming under scrutiny over their treatment of African Americans.
Oh boy. Now here's the crazy thing. If you weren't here, I'd be scared.
In this episode of Jerry Seinfeld's online series, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the two comic icons were actually pulled over for speeding in a bright orange Lamborghini not far from his estate in New Jersey.
Were you worried, Chris?
I was worried the whole time. I'm still worried.
All right, and we back on the forecast. And we were talking about being stopped while black, DWB, driving while black, fitting the description. What our people have to understand is this is nothing but psychological warfare. We have to recognize that we was never no slaves. We are not slaves. We were never no slaves. We were kidnapped victims. Keep this in mind. In religion, slavery is okay. In the law, slavery is okay. In the world law, slavery is okay. But kidnapping is illegal and wrong on all of those levels. The law is against kidnapping in any circumstances. We suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Now, I want you to see another video of a brother named Nandi Cain Jr. He was just walking down the street and the police start harassing him for jaywalking. Just for jaywalking. All right, let's just watch the video and see what happens.
Charles 2-4, can you show me out with 1, Cypress and Grant? Charles 2-4, hey, can I stop you real quick, bud? Can you come here, please? Yeah. Come here, bud. Can you get your hands in your pocket? Charles 2-4, check. Charles 2-5, Charles 2-1, come here. I do, you're jaywalking. You're jaywalking back here. Both ways. Okay, maybe you look both ways. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, stop right now. Stop right now before I take you to the ground. If you do not stop right now, I will take you to the ground. Stop. Get down on the ground now. Get down on the ground now. So wait, you're holding on to Get down on the ground now.
This is right here in the Del Paso Heights. Nephew, just listen. No, you got to stay right here. You can't. Hey, why you doing him like that? Wait, Alexis. Hey, Alexis, why? I'm going right here, Naomi. Get out. Oh my God. You can't be crazy. Hey, why you beating him like that? Oh my God. He beating him like that. Oh, Jesus. I've seen this, Lord. Oh, yeah, he's breaking his arm. Oh my God, why'd you take him down like that? Oh my God! No, that was wrong. He just got off work. take him down like that, though, sir. That wasn't right. I got that. He took him down like that, though. For real. Oh, my God. For no reason. Oh, my God. Did you see that? Girl, I seen that. No, wait, Alexis. They can't. He just got off work. And that policeman was harassing him. Look at all of this. Look at all this. He beat him up for no reason.
My soul is alive. You can't kill my pride. You can't kill my soul. No nothing. You don't know who you fucking with. For real.
Oh my God, that was crazy. Yes, he does. Yeah. Yep, I seen that. I got that. For real, on everything I got that. And he didn't have nothing on him, though. Nothing.
All right, so this black man, just getting off of work, walking down the street, is stopped and harassed just for jaywalking, ended up in a situation like this where luckily he didn't get killed or anything. And the point is, the police was wrong because they let him go, right? And the only reason they probably let him go is because this sister stopped and actually cared and got out and filmed the incident to make sure nothing happened to this brother. And we need to take a page out of our ancestors' book where if we see our brothers or sisters interacting with the police, we should just pull over just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Pull over and record it. Make sure you get all of these incidents on film. And shouts out to this black woman for stopping and filming and having the courage to stand there and make sure nothing happened. And we all could be learning from that lesson and doing the same thing because we have to have each other's back. And, it's always best if you know your rights. Know your rights. I understand our rights get violated a lot. And, just to my brothers who, who talk about the Moors and the whole status thing or the Hebrews and the nationality thing, do you think if any of these black men would just say, well, I'm a Moor and my status is cool, they just not fuck with you? You think it'll be all good, you're exempt if you come with this Moor shit? No, we are all subject to the same fucking shit. And we can definitely use that as an umbrella to come together and deal with the circumstances. Now, again, something petty that we do equates to the situation escalating. A dude walking down the street after he got off of work, and just God forbid he has dreads in his head. Lord have mercy. But him just walking down the street gets treated worse by the cops than goddamn Dylan Roof going to church and shoot up people and get taken to damn Burger King. This kid is harassed to the point where the cops had to let him go. Now, again, I can give example after example, story after story of the same shit happening. But at some point, I'm looking at my brothers and my sisters because it's up to us to stop this shit. We as black people are all we got.
Man, we all we got. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes.
And that's just the bottom line. And that's why I don't argue with people about the whole racism thing. I'm not trying to convince anyone. If anything, I use the trolls, people who trying to hate and throw shade on it. I use them to spread information to my brothers and sisters that they may not have known. I don't try to argue with them and prove something that is undeniable evidence for. And no, I don't think every cop is racist. I've never said all cops is racist. And if anybody thinks all of anything is anything, then, you should be questioning the conversation you having with them anyway. But they are definitely racist cops, and you never seem to say that they are. Or you try to make it seem like it's not as many as it is. And the point is, I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about some racist opinion. The only time racism matters to me is in 3 situations. 1, if you work for any branch of the government, any kind of civil job or anything, from politicians to lawmakers to CEOs to cops to firefighters, if you work for the state in any kind of way and you get taxpayer dollars, yeah, it matters to me if you're racist. Number 2, and this one isn't as big of a deal, but it does matter because of how our communities have been attacked. And that is when it comes to hiring, if you're an HR for some department. Now, again, I'm not that big on it because if I start a business and feel like I need to hire all black men and black women, maybe not because I hate white people, but because I recognize the problem of unemployment, especially amongst black men, and I decide to create a company and hire a lot of black men, I should be able to do that. So I couldn't turn around and say if a white person wanted to hire all white people, it wouldn't be fair. But at the same time, when you throw the historical context and how when we did have our own businesses, they were blown up and towns were destroyed and black people were starved out economically, yeah, it fucking matters at this point. Our people have been economically under attack for hundreds of years. So yeah, it matters. And don't hit me with that affirmative action shit because you know what? White women are benefiting from that as much as anybody. So, to a point, that matters if you're racist when it comes to hiring for jobs. And number 3, if you're somebody like goddamn George Zimmerman, if you're profiling somebody just because they're black and they end up dead behind it, yeah, it matters. Outside of those things, if you're just some racist motherfucker who go home and talk about how much you hate niggas but never do shit, I could give a fuck less. The problem is the officials that keep getting elected, they are the ones who saying, I don't fuck with niggas and I'm gonna make these laws based off of these quote unquote statistics that they like to use. That's why we should be our own lawyers, our own judges, our own doctors, own our own grocery stores. Especially be the policymakers in our area, be your local representatives to say where your tax money is going personally, to determine who the police chief is going to be and what policies you want your police to follow. Because just having the right to vote don't mean anything if you ain't running for the offices. If you just have the right to vote, but you're voting for 2 racist people, one smiles in your face and the other says the racist shit to your face, what good does that do you? Ain't no point of having a damn vote if you ain't gonna run for the office. And then when we're doing that stuff, we'll start to connect and get on the same page when we're supporting each other and hiring each other, and crime will go down. And focus on the relationships between black men and black women in our own communities. See the root of the problem and fix those things. And eventually the black community in America will start to be unified. And we can reach out to other places and unify with them. Like what Haiti has been going through. We need to go reach out to them and help them and let them help us. And connect with our people around the world. Because they like to keep us divided. But the problem is colorism goes throughout the world now. It's a worldwide thing in countries with heavy melanated people. They are treated the least in all of these societies. So, we can keep complaining about fitting the description or recognize the problem and take it into our own hands to solve it, because We are the only ones who will solve our own problems. We are the only ones who give a fuck about our problems. And we do fight too much within the community to do that, but there's certain things we need to put to the side to address. And then when we get stable, then we can address certain issues within our community. But a lot of things, once you're on your feet, it'll solve a lot of those problems. The only thing left would be to defend whatever you build. I mean, history shows that it always come under attack. So, it is what it is. I want to hear what you got to say about it, how you feel about fitting the description.
Now to a shooting in North Carolina drawing controversy. Young man killed while leaving a house party. The gunman, a neighbor who called police complaining of hoodlums in the neighborhood. ABC's Mara Schiavocampo is here with the latest. Good morning, Mara.
George, good morning. That caller also complaining of, quote, black males outside of his home. It all started with that man calling 911 to say he had a weapon and was going to secure his neighborhood. And minutes later, a young man lay in the street dying. This morning, newly released 911 calls placed just moments before a fatal shooting.
We got a bunch of hoodlums out here racing. I am off the load.
Officials saying they believe the caller, who never left his name, is the man who shot and killed 20-year-old Corin Rodney Thomas as he was leaving a party in the neighborhood early Sunday.
I fired a warning shot, and we got somebody that got hit.
Police say 39-year-old Chad Cameron Copley fired a shotgun from inside his garage around 12:30 a.m., hitting Thomas, who was just passing by this mailbox on his way back to the car.
And he turned around and looked at me, and the shot went off, and I was just like, man, this is not happening.
They have firearms. Yeah, we're going to screw our neighborhood.
The caller saying partygoers were armed, a claim the host vehemently denies.
It kind of struck a nerve when I heard that one. It's kind of, I don't know, it sounds borderline hate crime.
Now, Copley has been charged with murder. His lawyer saying in a statement, "We urge restraint and that folks not rush to judgment." And a GoFundMe page has been started to cover Thomas's funeral expenses. His mother, who stressed her son never got into any trouble, writing, "Corey was my baby and I love him. All I want to do is send him off well." Now, Copley is currently being held without bond. His next court date is set for August 29th. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. And George, the victim's mother, saying this was a kid that was always focused on safety first. Such a tragedy for that community.
So sad. Okay, Mark.
Get off work, or what are you doing?
Have I done anything wrong, first of all?
Well, no, we have to ask that, because, see, at night we have to check. And see, we've had a lot of burglaries and thefts and stuff like that going on. We don't know who you are.
Oh, well, I'm nobody.
You see?
I'm nobody.
You see, look at our job, our points. We don't know what you're doing out here. You see?
Right now, I'm just minding my own.
Well, where are you going?
Nowhere in particular.
Nowhere in particular. Looks like you've been running. You've been running?
Yeah.
Where you been running from?
Just around.
Just around?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you going to?
Nowhere in particular.
You got some ID on you?
I do, but.
What's your name?
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, looks like I'm about to get harassed.
Come over here, Corey. You don't look all right.
Huh?
Come over here.
I'd rather stand in front of your police car. So I'd rather stand in front of your camera.
Stand right here.
Yeah, I just would like to let you know that I am recording.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
as soon as this video starts recording, it automatically uploads. So.
Hey, look. Hey, my camera does the same thing.
Yeah.
And you can tell them why I stopped you. It is 12:30 in the morning.
All right.
I've had a lot of burglaries and thefts.
Uh-huh.
You can get this on camera.
All right.
Okay. So
It is.
now I'm just asking you for your ID.
Yeah, well,
What is your name?
am I suspected of being?
What is your name?
Corey.
Corey what?
Right now, I prefer to just go by Corey.
No ID on you?
I do, but am I being detained, sir?
Dash 10-4, coming up on Jackson now.
Am I being detained, sir?
Yes, sir. And you can get that on camera too.
And what crime am I suspected of committing?
I didn't need to find out who you are and what you're doing. Do you understand that?
I do, but what crime am I
Get that on recording.
what crime am I suspected of committing, sir?
You're not committing a crime. I just want to know what.
So am I free to go?
Not yet.
So you guys can detain me for anything whatsoever. Can I get your name, sir?
My name is Officer Price. You can get that on video.
Price?
Price.
Price, can I have a badge number? Everything is going on video.
See,
Everything.
This is what we do all night. Okay? It's not just you that we stop.
All right, and we back on the forecast. And, you know, I'm just getting tired of talking about the same subjects. We just need to move to the next step so we can create what we need to create, build what we need to build, and have our own empire. And are we going to keep banging our heads against the wall, or are we going to do that? It is up to y'all. I'm down for the cause, but if y'all fucking comfortable like it is, just let me know. Alright? But anyway, as always, man, we have got to start standing for something. Or we're going to keep falling for anything.